everybody, it's Kira and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the books I'm bringing with me to college. So I did this video last year and I'm doing it again this year because I am moving back to college pretty quickly here. So I'm going into my sophomore year of college at UW Green Bay and I am doing, my major is English literature and I'm hoping to maybe minor in film and cinema studies. Haven't quite figured that out yet. And I'm so excited to go back to school. I'm excited to see my friends at school. I'm not super excited to get into school because school is boring in some places, but I ended up taking a lot of gen eds this semester, so that's not going to be fun. But I am taking a class on J.R.R. Tolkien, so I'm really excited about that one. It should be really interesting. And yeah, I have a small bookshelf that I'm bringing with me that is 3 shelves. And so the top shelf is books that I have read and are my favorites and or I want to reread in anticipation for sequels, that kind of thing. The second shelf is books that I have not read yet, and the third shelf I'm leaving empty so I can put school books and folders and stuff like that on there. So let's just get into it. Some of them are repeats from last year as they are my favorites, books that I want to bring again. And so I will leave that video linked down below if you want to go check out what I brought last year. But yeah, the first book I'm bringing is my copy of Philosopher's Stone, my Hufflepuff edition. I'm hoping to get Chamber of Secrets soon in the house editions because that came out. But yeah, it's just such a cool, sprayed edges, pretty book. Harry Potter. It's one of the few Harry Potter books that I specifically own myself, so I'm happy to bring it with me. The next book I'm bringing is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I love this book, you guys, so much. It is so good. And Muse of Nightmares comes out, I think, in October, and I'm so hyped for that. It's going to be super good. And so I definitely will need to reread it because I don't remember a lot of stuff that happens in here, like a lot of details and stuff. So and also just this cover is gorgeous as well, so I really cannot wait for Muse of Nightmares. I'm so excited to bring this with me. The next series I'm bringing is my Hunger Games books. So I actually have 3 different versions of the book. So The Hunger Games is in the movie tie-in edition. Catching Fire is the UK edition, I believe. And then Mockingjay is the American cover. And I got these from my uncle for Christmas one year, and I really like that they're in 3 different editions. Normally I wouldn't, but I really do like them. And I just love this series so much. I probably won't reread them, but I just like having them around for me to hold and possibly reread if I want to, and also lend out to people if people don't have these books or haven't read them yet. Next up is another one of my favorites, and that is The Book Thief from Markus Zusak. This is just a cool cover, and I absolutely love this book. It is just super fun and a really interesting read, and I can't wait to bring it with me. This one I am bringing specifically for a reread, and that is Nyxia by Scott Rankin. The second book to this series just came out not too long ago. I don't remember when it came out actually, but it did come out not too long ago and I haven't read it yet. So I don't know for sure if I will buy it yet or not, but I am interested in reading the sequel, but I definitely want to reread this before I read the sequel. And this is just a good sci-fi book and I'm super excited about it. This book I am also bringing because of a sequel release, and that is Warcross by Marie Lu. I super enjoyed this book. Wild Card comes out I think in October again, and I can't wait for that. I love rereading the first book before I read the second book just so that I make sure that I know what's going on in the story so that my memory is pretty fresh. So I can't wait to reread this and bring it with me. Next up is another favorite, and that is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. As you can see, I've tabbed it up. This was one of my absolute favorite books from last year. I just super connected with it, even though I don't personally struggle from OCD or anxiety. I feel like I could really connect to Aza as a character, and especially first semester I didn't have very many friends, and so I felt very alone. It was such an amazing experience to read a book about a character who felt so similar to me but yet was so different at the same time. And I just have to bring this with me. I will probably reread it again just because it's so good and I love it that much. Next up is Illuminae by Amy Coffin and Jay Kristoff. This is just an amazing sci-fi book. I really need to get Gemina and Obsidia so I can complete my collection. But this is just nice to have around. Super cool. I like showing people the book if they've never heard of it, and it's just such an amazing book, and I love it so much. Next up is actually a new series that I haven't actually shown anybody yet, so you guys are getting a sneak peek for my August haul, and that is the Darkest Minds series by Alexandra Bracken. I got the new covers and the ones that spell dark, and I'm super excited about it. I just read these for the Booktubeathon and absolutely fell in love with them and had to have them. And so I bought the box edition, and I'm super excited. I will probably reread them at some point this year, this school year, just because they're so amazing and I love them a lot. And also I want to show them off on my shelf because these are amazing, and maybe it will get some people to read them. And last but certainly not least, for my favorite shelf, we have my Ember collection of books. I don't know, whoops, I am missing one. Nope, I am not. So I have all my Ember books that I'm bringing because I have to. So I have my favorite copy of An Ember in the Ashes. This is the one I've tabbed up multiple times. I love reading this one. It's my favorite of all of them. Then I have 2 copies of A Torch Against the Night. I might keep one home actually because I'm hoping to get the new paperback edition of Torch, but for the moment I have one so I can keep for myself and one to lend out to a friend. And then I have the matching covers of Ember and A Reaper at the Gates. Of course I have to bring Reaper because, like, it's the newest one and I will probably reread it at some point. And this version of Ember just fits so well because of the matching covers, and I just, I have to show off my favorite books, guys. So that is all 4 books on my favorite shelf, so now I'll move on to books that my TBR shelf, books that I haven't read yet. So the first book on here is one of the first books that I plan on reading once I get to college, and that is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas, because I haven't read this book yet, and I absolutely need to. I'm so excited about it. The movie comes out in October. Actually, just kidding. I might wait until closer to the movie release date to read it, just because that way it's fresh in my mind. But yeah, I need to read this stat. Next up are 2 books that I am borrowing from my friend Kat, and that is Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie and A Study in Charlotte by, I don't know who the author is actually. But these are both books that I haven't read that I really want to. So this is a Sherlock Holmes retelling about Sherlock Holmes as a girl. She's a relative of Sherlock Holmes. I don't really remember, but it sounded really good. And both me and Kat really like Sherlock Holmes, the TV show. Or we both really like Sherlock, the TV show, so she has it, and I've been meaning to read it, so she let me borrow it. And then Murder on the Orient Express, I haven't seen the movie yet, and I really want to, and I read And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and super enjoyed it, and I'm really interested in reading this one. So, 2 books that I'm borrowing. Next up are 3 books that I just haven't read yet that I want to read at some point, and that is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. Don't know much about this other than it's a fantasy book. The Power by Naomi Alderman. I did start this at one point, but I didn't ever finish it, and I just want to get it done with. And then Artemis by Andy Weir. I read The Martian and super enjoyed that, but this one I have heard mixed things about. I know that this one is like there's a colony on the moon or something, but that's really all I know about it, and that there's controversy surrounding it. So, interested, and I'm excited to see where I stand on that. Next up is Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. Don't know much about this. Cover, it's gorgeous, as I always say, and I'm excited to have a new fantasy on my shelf. Next up are 3 books that I am borrowing from my friend Molly, who super enjoyed this series, and I never mentioned it, and I can't believe that she didn't because we always talk about books and stuff, but that is, I don't know what the series is actually called. But the first one, they're by Brian M. Lifton, and it is, book 1 is The Sword, book 2 is The Gift, and book 3 is The Kingdom. And it's about the society that, it's called the Chivas Trilogy, I guess. And it's about this society, this post-apocalyptic society in which everybody is using swords and horses and stuff like that. But then these people find a Bible and stuff happens from there. And I'm really excited. She loves them and I'm super excited to give them a shot. I really hope that I love them. Sounds like something right up my alley. And then I have my Remnant trilogy, which are the 3 Noah books, Man of Destiny, Man of Resolve, and Man of God. This is a kind of imagining of the story of Noah, like told as a story form. I don't know much about it other than that. I'm super excited to read it. Then I have the Giver Quartet. Oh my word. The Giver Quartet by Lewis Lowry. I have read The Giver, haven't read the other 3. I love this edition with the sprayed edges, and it's just so beautiful, and it has the bookmark that comes with it, and I'm just so excited to read this, and I really enjoyed The Giver when I read it, and so I can't wait to read the other ones as well. Then I have A Thousand Splendid Suns and The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. I'm terribly sorry. These are historical fiction books that I've heard great things about, haven't read yet, super excited to get to them. Next up is another one that I haven't gotten to yet, that I really need to. And that is Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wayne. Still can't believe I haven't gotten to this. I did start it at one point last year, but I just really wasn't in the mood to read at all at the beginning of last year, so like, I put it down. But I need to read this so badly because it just sounds so amazing and I can't wait to get to it. And the last book on my list is Sauvé by Celia Rees. I don't know much about this, honestly, but I've had it for forever, and I really want to get to it because I don't know what it's about, other than I think it's like a Robin Hood type story. So, who knows? So that is all of the books that I will be taking with me to college. I will probably be getting new books as the year goes on, taking some home as the year goes on. Who knows, really? I don't really know how the year is going to go, so we'll just kind of have to wait and see. And as far as like bookish merch and things like that, I'm for sure taking 4 Funko Pops, and I will probably again get some in the future, but I will show you those right now. So I keep them in there. I keep the boxes so I can transport them easier and they don't get broken, so that's why they're in the boxes. But I'm bringing Clark from The 100. I love The 100 series, and it's just one of my absolute favorite TV shows, and I'm super excited to have this one. I really need a Bellamy one, honestly, so I can have my OTP with me. But yeah, this is it's just fun to have. And then I have Captain Kirk this is from Star Trek Beyond, the newest one, and he's just fun. I like him a lot. And then the other 2 I have are Hermione Granger in the Yule Ball dress, which is my favorite Harry Potter Funko Pop that I have, because it's just so pretty, and I love Hermione, and even though the dress is blue in the movie, I still really like this one. And then I have Kate Austen from the TV show Lost, which is a really great TV show if you haven't seen it yet, and I just super enjoyed it. I got this for, I think, my birthday, and yeah, it's just great. She's holding handcuffs, which if you've seen the first season, you know what that's about, and yeah, it's just great. So that is all that I know for sure I'm bringing. I will be bringing some posters and stuff, but I haven't figured out which ones yet, since I still have a little bit of time before I have to go. And I'm sure I will be getting more stuff as the year goes on. That's all I have for right now. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have read any of these books, think any of the ones on my TBR I should read first, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!